Eagles and Rams, they did a couple things, but I'm humbugging a whole bunch of people. Christmas Carol special, Sunday Night Football right now.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
There goes Mr. Humbug. There goes Mr. Grimm. If they gave a prize for being mean, the winner
My
would
theme
be
song
him.
blown.
Old Scrooge, he loves his money cause
Yeah.
it gives him power.
Christmassy. All right, man, listen. Bob humbug to everybody out there in football land, man, listen. It's your boy. It ain't, listen, I disappeared. It's Ebenezer Mack. And I ain't alone. I'm with Bob Cratchit Bloom. What's going on?
What's going on?
Master of
Tip of the cap to y'all. How we feeling?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
You're
listen,
good?
yeah. Listen, I'm feeling very humbuggy, man. Very Scrooge-like. I'm hating on everybody in the league, man. I'm hating on everybody so much I had to put on an elaborate costume. Talk to you and put on an elaborate costume. Here's I can show you how much everybody getting on my nerves. But before I get started, on a serious note, well wishes, prayers, thoughts going out to Josh Gordon. Hope he gets the help that he needs. I would be remiss if I didn't speak on that. Brother's going through a couple things, David Bloom. I just want to get your quick thoughts on that before we delve into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, man, just whatever he needs. Hope he gets the help. I mean, it's there's things beyond football, you know? Like, it's a game, and the fact that he has to step away from the Patriots, it's like you love to see him play because I think over his whole career he's been so out from the suspensions and whatnot, and he's really a great player.
He is.
But like, you can't fault the player, and like, it's beyond football.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, he's only 27 years old, but I do think this might be his last chance, though, Bob
Yeah.
Cratchit. But it's like I said, we just hope he gets the help he needs. Bigger than football, and I hope he's all right. But let's move on, man. Listen, let's get down to it. Old Nick Foles, he back.
He back.
He's
back.
He's back in action. Listen. They would have, look. They beat the Rams, so they would have to do a lot. Let's quick scenario. Cowboys would have to lose, and then the Eagles have to win out.
Here's the
in
deal.
order to slide on up in.
All right. The Cowboys are 8-6 right now, right?
Yes.
Eagles are 7-7.
Correct.
There are 2 more games left in the season. It's Thursday right now, so it's week 16 this weekend, and the next week is week 17. If the Cowboys, I think they lose one more, and the Eagles win out.
It went out, then they will
clinch the division. Imagine the Eagles back in the playoffs with Foles.
And the thing about it is, and it's crazy, and it's already set for the Cowboys. They cannot mess this up.
No,
because the teams that the Eagles have left, they play like the Texans, like coming up this weekend. Like they're like the teams that they have to go through are really hard. And like so, this Sunday at 10 Pacific time, the Cowboys go against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's like don't lose to the Bucs.
No, if Jamie's and the Bucs come out,
because you know what they're capable of, though.
Oh, they can drop like 20-30 on you.
Exactly.
That's how the Bucs work. The Buccaneers are a very crafty team. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I'll go in for a second there for all the Bucs fans out there. The Buccaneers have had their struggles, and they kind of feel like every time one of their quarterbacks does really poorly, throwing about 4 to 5 interceptions, they switch to the other one. They started off with Fitzmagic, bad. Jameis, good, bad. Fitzmagic, good, bad. Jameis. It's a weird carousel of quarterbacks in Tampa Bay, but I like the running back they have, Peyton Barber. I think is a very interesting talent, and I think they're utilizing him in the pass game so well.
I agree. He's
such a crafty, small back, and they had Doug Martin for so long, and the way they moved on is great. I think O.J. Howard is a great talent. He's like a basketball player playing football. He reminds me of a Jimmy Graham type. They actually have pretty good receivers when it comes to, Mike Evans. They had Deshaun Jackson for a bit.
Yeah, we'll see what we get.
We gonna
definitely get to them in the hubbub mode because I gotta talk about them. But let's talk about the Eagles Rams. Okay, Eagles win this game. Now,
Eagles win this game. You're saying? You're claiming?
I'm not going to humbug the Rams. I want to. I really do because I'm in Ebenezer Scrooge Mack mode and everything. I just want to humbug the mess out of them. But before I do that, before I get off my rocker, so to speak, what's wrong with the Rams, David?
What's wrong with the Rams? Well, they're 11-3. It's hard to say what's wrong with them.
Correct, but you know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you mean. They've lost 2 straight.
Yeah.
All right. The Bears, that was...
They're
when I
supposed to
watched
lose
that
that
game,
game.
they're supposed to lose that game. I saw that as a fluke. I think, Nagy has amazing play calling. I think the Bears being able to hold Todd Gurley for under 30 rushing yards was great. and they really exposed what Jared Goff couldn't do,
Yes.
and that's play under high-pressure situations. He threw about 4 picks that game. Their defense stood tall. The Bears have one of the best defenses in the league. I really see them as real contenders.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly. And it's interesting you say that. So the Rams, you're right. Record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Still a really good team. It's just the games they're, put it like this, they're going against teams that I think they can beat people. So like, and they're losing those games.
They're losing.
Like they lost the games to the Bears. So if they see the Bears again. Now I know I know it might be in LA, and trust me, they don't travel well is what I hear.
No.
And it's weird because it's true, they don't, but there's something going on with the Rams right now. I lost a little bit of faith in them. I lost a tiny bit of faith in the Saints, but I don't know what's going on with the Rams. But what's going now? This kind of leads me to what I wanted to talk about. Listen, man. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm just gonna say it, man. I'm humbugging Carson Wentz, man. I'm done, man. I'm done with Carson Wentz, bro. Done. Take it away, David. I'm done. Refute it. I dare you. I'm just done. I'm tired of this, man. Tired of this now it's a back thing. Now it's gonna be a leg thing. And the shin bone's connected to the leg bone. The leg bone connected to the foot bone. You tell me what's going on, Bob.
So much negativity here that I don't want to go with it, but I have to.
You can.
All right, look. Carson Wentz, his career is not done.
No.
But I think Nick Foles is getting a big contract somewhere next year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it's all about knee jerk, but I see what I see, man. I don't care what you call it, what you want to call it. The Rams are the Rams. They played better with Nick Foles.
They did. It's this weird Nick Foles magic, how a new quarterback, and you saw it a lot with the Buccaneers, it can get a team revitalized.
Yeah.
The Eagles were going to be, I think, the first team to win a Super Bowl, then go under 500 since 2003.
Wow.
And now coming back, they're 7-7, they're 500 again.
Wow.
And a team like that, being able to be 500 with a quarterback who, was hurt a lot of the years, didn't actually take him to the Super Bowl. Once they got out and, they had that first game, I believe, they played the Falcons in the first game of the season. I cannot remember the final.
But it was one of those it was one of those things where it was kind of indicative of what was going on.
It was exactly.
But you're right. Listen, injuries to the running back, injuries to the offensive line, injuries to the defense, injuries everywhere. Carson Wentz injured. You know what I mean? So still, and I still think he's not right. He doesn't trust his leg yet. That's a serious injury.
No.
You're hearing everybody in your ear talking about how's your career in jeopardy. When I say I'm done with Carson Wentz, man, I think we anointed him too fast.
Yeah, we
I
did.
don't know where it came from. But do you notice he's not been in the league that long?
No,
they've already put him in this upper echelon, and I started saying, "Wait a minute, we kind of anointed him pretty quickly."
No, we made him like this big deal really quickly, and we're like, "Oh, Wentz is so good, Goff's a butts." This is his, third year in the league? I want to say third or second.
Not that long, bro.
Not that
third
long.
year.
No, third year. And a guy like Carson Wentz, he is a great quarterback, and he does have, this great sense of mobility and pocket presence, and he can strong arm. He can sling it to guys like, Alshon Jeffrey. We saw a little bit with Golden Tate. Yeah. He really relied on J.J. though. And you could see that, how much the Eagles relied on their run game.
So true.
They've had Darren Sproles for years. They've had guys like Clement, Smallwood,
running
Josh
back
Adams now.
Thingy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've had a carousel, but all these guys have been good enough to take them far enough. And J.J., when they got him from Miami last year, oh my God, that was just...
Put him over the top.
That put him over the top.
And then when he goes down.
He goes down, the whole team goes down.
It's like...
Whole team goes down. Carson Wentz doesn't have the help of the run game anymore because he doesn't have, an every down back who can really take the pressure off him like Jared Goff does with Todd Gurley. So now Carson Wentz is forced to, throw the ball more, move a little bit more, and he's still got that hurt knee from last year in Los Angeles, mind you.
No question.
So he's out with the back injury, and in comes, who else? Nick Foles.
Correct.
Which... Nick Foles, like I've said it before, he brings this sort of magic.
He does, man.
By the time next season hits, it's not going to be the same. Foles is going to be somewhere else, and he's just going to, crumble, just like Case Keenum did in Denver when he had this great magic in Minnesota.
You could be right about that.
Exactly.
Zaya says, I think Foles goes to Tampa, Jags, Washington, etc.
Yeah.
A team needing a QB desperately and a bridge quarterback for the quarterback they draft next year.
Yeah. I mean, remember when Nick Foles had his original stint on the Eagles? He threw for 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, Nick Foles, bad, goes to the Rams. He's awful. He goes back. He has an incredible Super Bowl run, beats the Patriots. Great game, Philly special, great play calling. Amazing, right?
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah.
He gets the ring. He comes back. He doesn't really play all too much in the season. They give the ball back to Wentz as they should.
Yeah.
Now you have Nick Foles back in the Eagles lineup. How do you think that's going to affect them going through the season at 7-7 right now?
And that's the thing, and they always talk like it doesn't matter. But let's put it like this: even if Foles wins out, I don't think they're going to change anything. I truly don't.
No.
But I as nice a guy is, that's all you hear about how nice a guy Nick Foles is, and I know he probably is. He wants to play. I think he wants to play.
He wants to play, and he wants to go somewhere, and they appreciate him in Philly, but he wants to go somewhere where he can get the full start.
Yeah.
He really does. And, Kirk Cousins had a lot of time. I'll bring him up just for you.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
He spent a lot of time battling with RG3 for that starting position. So they finally gave it to him, and he realized the Redskins weren't really doing a lot. He saw a team that desperately needed a quarterback and had all the other pieces there but that, and he decided to go to Minnesota.
Absolutely.
What's going on with Minnesota right now? I'm not going to talk about that.
We gonna get to it. Man, I'm gonna let you just get away with just kind of just talking about Kirk Cousins. They got the win last week, Bloom. Can't let you just come in there, Bob Cratchit, Bloom. But listen. So let's move on. Let's move on to. Let's put it like this. I don't know what's going on with the Rams. They should be fine. Playoffs, a new season. Get to the playoffs, it's a new season.
Once the Rams hit
there's
the
some
playoffs.
problems though. There's a couple problems.
They got to work on their offense.
Yeah.
They got to work on. I see the problem mainly in the quarterback position.
Oh yeah, man.
It is Jared Goff. He is not as good as people think he is.
Oh.
He panics under pressure.
Oh.
One of the best things you have to do
Lord.
as a quarterback is not panic. You see a lot of guys, Rodgers, Brady, Breeze, they don't panic when the pocket collapses and they're able to run out.
Because the pocket will collapse coming up in January.
No matter how good the Rams line is to protect Todd Gurley, once you get the pocket collapsing and Jared Goff gets a little pressure on him, he will throw a pick. Unlike some of the other great quarterbacks in the NFL, Jared Goff, with a team like that, it doesn't matter. Even if you have Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods and Todd Gurley, you can still throw picks against defenses, like the Eagles, like the Bears, and like the Saints.
I agree. But with that being said, David Bloom, we tell the lovely people where they can just find everything AfterBuzz, man. Bob Cratchit, Bloom.
Well, our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network, that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help.
Yep.
We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be. They're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel, and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. For now, thank you for being the best fans and helping us be the ESPN of TV Talk.
Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to Star Drew, my man Zias. What's really going down, man? Dan, what's good? Appreciate y'all for being in the chat, man. I know we on a Thursday, but listen, man, y'all want y'all football for Bloom and Mack? Here you go.
We bringing it to y'all. Live Thursday.
Yeah.
December 20th.
Christmas Carol edition. Listen.
Christmas Carol.
I wanted to move on to the Pats versus the Steelers. I just wanted to talk really quickly about certain games, because I know we're far through the week, but I did want to get to certain games that stuck out in my mind. Not just from not like an implication standpoint, just for a kind of a let's see where they're at standpoint. Steelers beat the Patriots. So the big thing going on right there, I'm gonna talk to you about it, because I get really tired of people on like sports shows. I really do, because like now the narrative is now the Patriots are done now.
Nah, come on.
Same people that talk about the Patriots ain't never done. Now listen, I'm not saying they're not done, but now all of a sudden they done now. Now all of a sudden they ain't the same. Now all of a sudden they old. Now all of a sudden Tom Brady getting old, and the Patriots poop, and Bill Belichick lost his ears, and the defense garbage, and they trash, and the partridge in the pear tree. All this stuff going on right now.
Look, all right?
Please, man, please talk to these people, man.
Patriots aren't done, and I'll tell you that right now.
They really ain't.
It is December. Come January, right? Once you get into that postseason, it's a completely new game, and the Patriots are going to turn it on. Brady's going to be, lights out. That's how they work. But in the regular season, they remind me a lot of the Cavs. I will say that.
It's true.
When LeBron was on the team.
Yeah.
Not now. Come on.
No.
They will not tank, but they will rest. They'll rest in the regular season, and they won't play their hardest. They'll get enough to get to the postseason, and once they get there, they explode. They'll make it to Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl, and they lost to the Eagles. They've had some losses to the Giants. But mind you, they've beaten the Falcons. They've beaten the Seahawks. Like, they even beat the greatest show on turf years and years and years ago.
Yeah, so listen, okay, so I'm not saying they're not that, and it is different, trust me. They have 5 losses, and they have not wrapped up the division.
No, that's the scary thing. The Dolphins are still
They
in
are.
it.
Now, listen, Patriots can close it out this weekend if they win, but listen now, it's weird. They have not made...
No, it's weird.
So I get it, but y'all wake me up when it actually happens.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. I've seen it too many times. The Patriots are done. The Patriots are done. The next thing you know, they beat Seattle.
Every year. This is the narrative.
They trying to hear it, man. I get what people are saying. I know people smell blood. I do. I really do. But I don't know, man. Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers for finally beating the Patriots.
Yeah.
The defense looked stout. They really did. They held Tom Brady had 1 touchdown in 3 quarters. He didn't score a touchdown. It's very impressive.
It's very impressive. The game, it was kind of a back and forth affair, and it was about 14-10. I want to say the Pats had the ball in their, in the Steelers' red zone. They were looking to either get a field goal or score. This was going to be the turning point of the game.
Yeah.
Brady was going to throw that touchdown. He was going to go up 17-14. They get it tied, come back, one with a field goal. Goss is one of the best. But this was the turning point of the game for me. Brady panics, right? Chucks up a ball, picked. Interception.
That was the entire ball.
They didn't score again. 17-10. And Pittsburgh, they utilize... I'm going to say it right now. I don't think it matters who you put in that Pittsburgh backfield. They're gonna do good.
That's what I try to tell people, man. That's why I'm not hating on Le'Veon Bell. I just watched enough football to know listen, like I said, if he goes to Indy, then I'll look like an idiot. But no, he needs to go to Indy. Indy needs somebody like
Indy
that.
Needs.
And the thing is, I love Marlon Mack. I actually don't want him to go to Indy. I like what Indy has going on. I
like their Marlon Mack.
I love that dude.
Hines kind of.
But everyone keeps screaming Indy. But my thing is that line is a great run blocking line.
It is. Pass blocking, it's okay. Run blocking, it's...
Oh my gosh,
you
man.
saw it with Jalen Samuels.
Jeez.
It's absolutely phenomenal.
It's unbelievable.
Well, because when, James Conner came out, had that amazing game, and just over and over and over again, you're like, this kid's the real deal. Put him on a team with a bad line, he's not doing good.
I agree with that.
I'm so sorry.
It's true, though. It's true. And it's not a knock on him. He can learn to get better, but the run blocking line is when AP is an all-time great, is a Hall of Famer. When AP had one of the best run blocking lines in history, that Minnesota offensive line was unbelievable.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And that run blocking line also allows for, and the Pittsburgh Steelers use it a lot, a heavy use for the screen pass.
Correct.
Saints do the exact same thing with Kamara. Not really with Ingram, he's more of a power back, but they had Le'Veon do it. You got James Conner out in the screen, and you throw Jalen Samuels out in the screen. Because the run block and the sort of screen block on the Steelers is one of the best. They have the ability to drop back, let the pass rushers and the get towards Big Ben, and they think he's going to drop back and throw a pick. Easy dump off screen, Yeah,
he's good at that. He's good at checking down.
He's great. They make it work every time. Really.
Put it like this, but there like I said, there is cause for alarm. Patriots, they're still on pace to get the number 2 seed if they handle business. And someone loses, they've never won or went to the Super Bowl, had a Super Bowl run going away. They've never won away games to get to the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah, that's a fun fact, right?
That's a fun fact right there.
So all their Super Bowl runs, they've had home field.
Well, they gotta watch out for the Ravens. I'll tell you that.
I'm trying to, man. But sleepy team. We're talking about the sleepers. We were talking about the sleeper teams.
We will. They got a game against the Chargers this Saturday.
That game's gonna tell a lot about both teams. I think the Chargers are fine, but let young legs Lamar Jackson pull that out.
If he can.
You want to talk about knee jerking? These reporters are gonna be all over the place. They're gonna be like,
my God,
he's the MVP of the league. But yeah, we'll see with the Patriots, man. Pittsburgh, I still don't trust Pittsburgh, man.
No, Pittsburgh. I read an interesting article. It said Pittsburgh doesn't have all the pieces there, but they can beat anyone.
Sure can.
Think about that.
They can. They don't have all the pieces, but they can beat anyone. They can. The offense is just exotic enough, and it's perfect enough. But I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna get to something. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna say it, and then I'm gonna let you do what you do.
I know what this is.
I should just give you the humbug because listen. All right. Because this is not like I'm mad because you know how I feel about the Colts. That's one of my sneaky teams. But listen, man. Go ahead, David. Hey, Bob Cratchit Bloom. Cowboys versus the Colts.
Oh, this isn't what I thought it was.
Yeah,
this is a good one.
See, listen, man.
I thought this was a bad one.
Nah, I'm going to let you go ahead and have your moment. Have your little moment in the sun.
I'm having fun first?
Cowboys, go Bob Cratchit. Go ahead. Talk about the Cowboys versus the Colts.
Oh,
man.
Puts a smile on my face when the Cowboys don't score a single point. And they even missed a field goal too, which is the greatest part.
Oh God,
Lordy! All right, can I just say it now?
Please do.
The Cowboys hype train is done. Right?
It's just like that. It's over. Huh?
Right? It's over. And I'm not trying to knee jerk here, but I really
No, you've been on it. You've been first. You've been on this for weeks though.
The Cowboys, look, they had a great little run, Amari Cooper, and I still think they could do some damage in the postseason
to somebody,
but they are not as good as people thought they were last week or 2 weeks ago. This really showed their flaws. And a team like the Colts, I want to talk about them for just a sec.
I'm trying to tell you, listen.
I want to get your opinion. I'll talk about the Cowboys all I want, but I want to get your opinion on the Colts. What do you think they're doing right, and how do you think they've surprised everyone this season?
What surprised the most people the most is the protection of Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
Andrew Luck, and I love when football is done properly by like general men. There's nothing more beautiful than a team that addresses needs. He was like the most sacked quarterback. You guys almost ended this young man's career early, and he is a phenom. There's no such thing as overhyping this kid. He's the real deal. He's been the real deal since he came out the womb. It is what it is, guys. He is the pedigree. He's big. He's strong. He's the nicest guy ever. He went to Stanford, man. Who hates a kid that went to Stanford? And so and you guys almost ended this guy's career. What did they do? They spent draft pick after draft pick after draft pick on the offensive line. He's one of the most least sacked quarterbacks in the entire league now.
Look what's happening.
And look what's happening. They got CY, man. Come on. He's one of them. Him and D-Hop is those are the two most underrated receivers in football.
Yes.
Hopkins and T.Y. without question. Because they're always productive. And then Eric Ebron. And then Mack's doing well. Great play calling. But the protection of Andrew Luck, they couldn't touch Andrew Luck.
No. Why do you think Marlon Mack does so good?
They couldn't touch him.
No. Why do you think he's dropping 2 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing every single game? Because they cannot touch him.
They can't touch him.
Because they were really smart. You said it really correctly. They went and they spent draft picks and they spent money on a line.
And they rested him. They brought in Jacoby. They go, you know what? We are going to, this is our franchise quarterback. We kicked Peyton Manning out the door to bring this young man in.
Exactly.
We better not waste this kid.
No,
and Peyton Manning went off and won a Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl with a defense. Now they're ready to say, all right, we need a new guy. I think Andrew Luck, I watched him when he was in Stanford. He was one of the best.
Yes.
He and McCaffrey, I think, are the 2 best players I've seen out of Stanford in a long time.
No question.
Really.
No question.
Both of them, they have the football IQ, which comes out of being in a top school like that.
Yes.
I mean,
that does matter, bro. Stanford is an Ivy League school.
Oh, it is. I mean, take guys who, went to Harvard or Yale, basketball comparison for a second. Jeremy Lin. He knows the game so well.
He does.
He does because he went to a school that teaches you that.
That does matter, man.
Sure,
it really does.
They don't have the greatest team. At Stanford, the Cardinal, right now, they're not the greatest, but they teach you the game well.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know, if you don't know, in order to even play for Stanford, you have to have a certain grade point average.
Yeah. You got to get in.
You have to get in, and then you have to maintain that average to play football. So the people you see on the field are really smart. And Andrew Luck had a father that's really great and knew the Mannings. It's like one of those things where it's like, put it like this. You cannot not pull for this kid. I'm sorry, you can't. So, but just to answer your question, it's the protection. It's Andrew Luck is being Andrew Luck. I am telling you, if Mahomes wasn't playing out of his mind, and not even Breeze, he would be he's neck and neck with Breeze right now. Guarantee you he is.
Yeah.
On the MVP voters, he is neck and neck with Breeze right now. Because Mahomes is taking it home. I'm sorry, y'all. He still can drop 50. What is it? Peyton Manning's the only person to do 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards?
I think so.
He's very close.
He's very close.
But he's very close. So it's like one of those things where it's a beautiful thing to see, man. But so shout out, and that's one of my sneaky team. They gonna ruffle somebody's feathers, man. But go ahead, talk about your boy, Dakota.
You know who's not sneaky?
All right, man, go ahead, man.
The Cowboys.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, really letting this country down this week.
Oh my god.
Okay, I won't go that far.
Oh my god.
The reason why I can't say the Cowboys. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so much flack for this.
You are.
The reason why I can't say they didn't let down America is because they're not America's team.
Jeez.
There it is.
Bold statement.
Look, okay, America's
humbug
team.
from Bob Cratchit Bloom.
I'm trying to be positive, but I'm not. Look, the Cowboys, it looked like they had everything going, But there are still flaws. And when you play a team, with a good enough defense like the Colts, and they're able to have these, barn burner games, yet they can shut you out, the Cowboys really showed. They really showed. And I'm not, I do it a lot, but I'm going to be a little bit more realistic with Dakota Prescott this week. He was doing a lot of good with Amari Cooper, and I think that really helps his game a lot. Yeah. But it really showed when you had, corners on Amari that you couldn't really get to him all that much. And when you got to go to your guys like, Cole Beasley or Michael Gallup, it really shows how hard it is to get to those guys. And it really shows how little Dak can do when it comes to making plays. He's not able to function really. That's why I call him a check down quarterback a lot.
He is.
When the play breaks, he will check down to Zeke.
Yes.
That's what he will do. Because he cannot create like, a guy like Rodgers or Brees or even Mahomes, one of the best. Trubinsky. Russell. Oh my God! When the play breaks,
he's like the best improv quarterback I've seen in a long time.
Dak Prescott needs a play. He needs calling, and Jason Garrett does not do enough for that team. So, when Zeke's not really getting it done all that much, and he was okay. He didn't have the greatest game.
He was all right.
But he reminds me a lot of what Jay Ajayi does in Philly.
18 for 87.
He
18
takes
carries, 87
the pressure off of Dak and doesn't make Dak throw it. But when Dak has to throw it to guys, when Amari Cooper's not always open and, there's a little better coverage on him. When you play a team with an actual corner, I love to even see him matched up against a guy, like even if they're playing the Jags, like Jalen Ramsey.
And in the league, though, in the playoffs, corners only get tougher. And let me put a disclaimer out here. Yo, Cowboys, listen, because I joke around a little bit, man. If you listen, y'all want me to really put on my football hat and really talk about the Cowboys, y'all better stop acting like Dak can throw 39 passes. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to stop that. 39 attempts? Who's it dude? Who's it, Dan Marino? Y'all better see
Dak Marino now.
Because I love Dakota. I love his grit. I love his determination. I love how he plays the game.
He's a hard worker.
Yeah, but that listen, we gotta get. I'm humbugging today, man. I'm telling you, you gotta be honest with these guys. This is why I did this because I'm too nice to the Cowboys. Too nice to the Cowboys, man. Listen, that team is doo-doo. They are, man. I'm sorry, they are. They're poop. But the reason why I say the defense covers up it's like an ugly girl with foundation on. You know what I mean? Look at ugly man. Listen, it's 2018. I gotta be inclusive. Dude.
Include everyone.
I gotta clear everybody ugly. But no, it's like they cover up a lot of the flaws, and then when the defensive line can't get to a great quarterback like Andrew Luck with a great offensive line, now we're in trouble. Now they're not generating turnovers. Now they're not generating sacks and giving them a short field. Now Dak got to go to distance. And it's weird. So now, put it like this. The Cowboys can ruffle someone's feathers. The Saints, I don't care what anybody says, they don't want to see them again either.
No.
Saints do not want to see the Cowboys, man. Because the Cowboys have a couple points on the field in that first game. But there's a couple teams that would handle the Cowboys. They would. So the Cowboys have to get the most favorable matchup for them. And that's if they win.
That's if they win.
They ain't in the playoffs yet.
You know what's really hurting the Cowboys, too, and which is such a small yet large part of football? Maher's missing too many field goals.
Oh, boy.
I'll tell you that much right now. Him and Cody Parkey are missing way too many field goals.
And I want to get excited, but y'all should have let go of Dan Bailey, but he missing field goals.
He's missing field goals in Minnesota. Everyone's missing field goals nowadays. But really, when it comes down to it, and you have guys, God, even Vinatieri's missing field goals nowadays.
Which is crazy. He's not missing as many, but when he misses one, I'm like, oh, that's way too many.
What in the hell? Like when you have a guy like Justin Tucker, or a guy like Jason Myers on the Jets, they can get the job done, and that's really helpful for your team. I mean, I know Mason Crosby a couple of years ago. Now, I don't want to talk about him right now, but a couple of years ago, when he was actually hitting field goals, it really helps the team, and it can put about 1 to almost 5 to 6 wins on the record.
No question.
Look, the Browns, when they had Zane Gonzalez, they lost about 3 games
based on
solely because they couldn't make field goals.
Without question. And it's the great equalizer. People want to do away with that, but that's what I think is great about the game is that one thing can make or break a Super Bowl, can make or break a playoff win. Don't try to take out the kicks because things hang in the balance too much. No. I love that. It's the drama. That's one of the best parts of football. Listen, man. And we talk about it all the time. I don't want to be a kicker in a high-pressure situation. It's ridiculous. I try to kick a 20-yard field goal. It's hard. Anybody hate on kicker, go to a field, try to kick just 15, 20 yards.
Don't hate on a kicker.
You'll be like, yo, it's hard.
Oh, it's hard. Don't hate on the drama of a kicker because I'll tell you, I have been in front of my TV praying that Mason Crosby wins this game.
Seriously.
Looking up in the sky, wondering what's even up there, and praying to it, and just being like, please.
Seriously, because when you got a kicker because you're 60 yards away from a touchdown, and then someone can kick 60 yards to win a game, like that's pretty. You get some confidence, man.
He beat the Cowboys with what, like a 53-yarder?
And I'm telling you, he kicked that ball like out of the stadium, and it came back in. It was like zoop, zoop, zoop.
I know, and it was like here, and here, and I was like, oh my god!
I ain't never seen a wind catch a ball in a dome in my entire life, but it did. I swear it did.
And it pushed it here, and then like some Packer fan was like, nah.
Knuckleball. But listen to the Colts, man. Listen, you got Marlon Mack, 27 carries, 139, 2 touchdowns.
Incredible.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
It's the line. I'd love to see, I'd love to see Levy on that team. I like Mack, but imagine Levy on that line. But the thing is,
and Mack would be upset, but if they did like a 1-2 punch, because we'll see what the Colts do this year. But
I just got a glimpse. Got a glimpse of the B-roll of Mack. Man.
For final game I wanted to talk about today, man, is the Ravens versus the Bucks, and not long, but I just wanted to talk about it because the Ravens are doing really well. Lamar's 4-1 since taking over. That's why I said a couple weeks ago Joe Flacco will not be having his job back. I try to tell you. Everybody, Harbaugh, I told you, stop messing around. I already know it's a wrap. 4-1's 4-1. I don't care how you're doing it, but I don't like that he had 18 carries. David Bloom. Bob Cratchit Bloom, 18 carries. It's too many carries because let me tell you what they're going to do. This thing called the playoffs, that little thing called the playoffs happening after the regular season.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
I don't know if you heard it before. It's what happens after the regular season.
So the regular season, and then they go play more.
Yeah, they play more games.
But then teams are different, right?
Yeah,
and it's like a whole new season, and you can't just rely on what you did in the regular season to win the Super Bowl.
Right, that's how that's how the playoffs right there.
Playoffs.
So, but my point is, they are going to stack the box. And when I talk about stack, they going to bring 8, right? And then they going to bring the safety down. I'm talking about way down. He going to be behind the linebackers. Y'all think I'm playing, but he going to be behind the linebackers. This is what teams do. And they are going to dare him to throw that ball.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying he can't, but the thing is, you guys are, unless Harbaugh's doing some mind trick thing, some David Blaine, Copperfield trick thing, where he's like, I'm sorry, he going to air it out in the playoffs. Because that would blow people's doors. But he's not doing that because that's not what he's doing.
No. They're going to beat him a lot, and the team that plays him is going to know, the safety blitz, stack the box.
They're going to stack it up.
Don't let him run, and if he runs, hit him.
Yeah, they're gonna have a spy. They're gonna have a linebacker spy. Of course, just sell out. They're like, no, I don't care what happens. Your job is to spy. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, no.
Your job is to spy and don't move. And I'm telling you, they're gonna modify a few things. The playoff teams are always the better team. That's why they're in the playoffs. I don't want the young man to get hurt. That's all this is about. It's not about him losing. It's about him not getting hurt.
I want to see what they do in the playoffs, though.
I do too.
I'm really excited to see if the Ravens can make it, because if they do, and Lamar gets to the playoffs, I don't think he's gonna be able to run it, but wouldn't you just love to see them dare him to throw it, and he just, chucks the ball?
Because you know me, I think he can fling
left and right.
I think he can fling
He could, but the NFL is such a different game. It's more fast-paced, and a college kid, when he came in, he was nervous. True. You could see the nerves. That's why he runs so much. When you're forced to throw it, because these playoff teams, you said it perfectly, they're going to stack the box. They're going to play. They're going to essentially do in what you do in baseball, the shift.
Yep.
Now, if you can beat the shift,
if you can,
you're on base for at least 2.
You can drive that ball to that left when they got the right shift on. You good, man. Yeah. You good.
No, if they expect you to pull it and you can push it,
do your thing. But I'm just saying, but listen, like I said, I don't want this, we talk about this. I'm pulling for the young man. I don't give a damn if the Ravens win a Super Bowl. Like, I
like him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope he's their starter for a while, and I hope Flacco gets a job somewhere else.
Yeah, so do I. It's like, it's not one of those things where I'm happy. It's just like, it is what it is.
It's the passing of the torch.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't, intentional, like, here you go, Lamar, congratulations. It was more like, yeah, I got hurt. I'm not really doing it. We want to make the playoffs. Fine.
Yeah.
And he was like, sure. I will take, I'll take this team, and the receiving core isn't all the way there, but, their run game, Gus Edwards.
And they, like I said, they're doing their thing. They're pounding the rock with Lamar. They're pounding the rock with their running back.
Such a gritty team, and their defense is one of the best still.
They just, oh my God, man, they're always well. Man, Ozzie got them boys rolling. But it's just one of those things where, like I said, we'll see. That's what I love. That's why I love the game. That's why you and I will be covering these playoffs. We're gonna be chit-chatting about that. But yeah, that's it. Before we roll out, I do want to get in this bah humbug moment, man. I'm hating on a whole bunch of stuff, David. I'm hating on a whole bunch of people, man.
lot
I'm
of
hating
it, huh?
on everybody, man. I can't stand anybody, man. Listen, I just really can't. I want to just start with the divisions, man.
Divisions.
And I'm going to just put up a picture of the divisions, man. I'm going to start with the NFC North division. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, old NFC North, man.
Boy.
Okay. First of all, so I'm hating on the Packers. Hating on the Lions. Humbug the Lions. Humbug them. Listen, but you know who I ain't gonna humbug, though?
Uh-oh.
Kirk Cousins.
Uh-oh.
They ain't done yet, David Bloom. Yo, Bob Cratchit Bloom. Speak on it. I'm Bob humbugging everybody except the Minnesota Vikings because they got Kirk Cousins.
Well, we already know the Bears, clinch the division.
So what?
All right, so, the Packers officially eliminated.
They are eliminated, yes.
Hurts, somber moment. I'm just going to take like a second. Okay, we're back. It hurts. It's, it's hard to see. They've been losing close games, and it's just, it's a real tough feeling not to make the playoffs for the second year in a row when you finally get your quarterback back.
It's tough.
I'm just, you got to hope for next year.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers, he had the leg injury, so I'll agree with you on the Pack and the Lions, but...
But what? I wish you would. I wish you
want
would
me
say
to.
something about
You
my
want
boy,
me
man.
to.
They just got the victory. They got rid of that knucklehead
Sure.
I wanted them to get rid of. And all of a sudden, my boy is flinging and zinging again. You know what I'm saying? Well, go ahead, say it. Say what you got to say, man. Don't be bashful, Bob Cratchit Bloom.
I mean, it was the Dolphins, but that's it. That's it.
See,
That's
man.
it.
Now, how you will look foolish. What if the Miami Dolphins weasel their way into the playoffs or win the division in the AFC North? They won't. But
Then-
what if they
then
do?
let me
You
look foolish.
come here looking
Please
like,
let me look.
You be looking. I want you to come back in with them mutton chops too.
Look,
and just sit down.
I'm a huge supporter of the Dolphins. I like what Tannehill's doing. I think I would really hope if the Dolphins made the playoffs, but they are a team that's kind of not all the way there. And the Vikings, don't get me wrong, they have this ability to get it going, yet this season has proven that they don't always get it going. And when they don't, and when they have a season like this, they have one good game in every 5. I don't see them, continuing, and against these playoff teams, if they make it, I didn't even say they would, but if for some reason they do, I don't see them getting a game. I really don't, because there's not a lot of teams they can beat based on their previous, even with Dalvin Cook, even with, Stephon Diggs and Thielen, who's kind of been cooling off, and they'll give the ball back to Latavius Murray a little bit, and, their defense, it's, good, but it's not good. I don't know. Oh, boy. Even with Kirk Cousins.
What was that? Kirk Cousins. That's my dude, though.
I don't see them, really making it far, let alone making the playoffs.
I understand. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna lie in the weeds. Listen, that's my boy Kirk Cousins. But before I'm gonna move on, man, to the next division, the NFC South. I'm gonna try to do like a north, south, east, west thing. I'm gonna try to do like I did back in grade school. So the NFC South, I'm by humbugging the Carolina Panthers. I'm listening. By humbugging the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Gone.
By humbug to the Falcons.
And gone.
I want to by humbug the Saints too. Yeah, I said it, man. I'm tired of everybody tonight, man. I'm tired of the Saints. And you heard it here first. You heard it. I'm calling it. I'm done. Saints getting the early exit, man. Done.
Wow.
Yeah, I did, man.
I completely disagree.
So I'm by humbugging the whole division.
Now, 1, 2, 3, Cam's out for the year. The Bucks nowhere. The Falcons, what?
You tell me why you disagree with old Ebenezer Scrooge Mack.
You want me to tell you why I disagree with Ebenezer Scrooge Mack?
I'm done with the whole division.
With all you've done, with all you've said. Look, the Saints, they had a really close game against the Panthers. Mind you, it was a very defensive battle, but they showed that when they get into those close games, Will Lutz can hit clutch field goals.
Love Will Lutz, though.
Love him. And they can win those types of games. And, they had some bad losses, but when they can win those types of games, they can face anybody.
I agree.
Because they can, they can have a shootout. They can go back and forth, and their offense can beat you, but they just proved to the whole world that their defense can beat you too.
That dome is a beast, too.
It's a beast, and that's why I think they're very much still in it and very much Super Bowl contenders.
Oh, they supposed to be in the Super Bowl. It's supposed to be. I told you I got the Chargers.
Yeah.
I got the Chargers in the Super Bowl. I have not made my NFC prediction yet, but I told you Chargers in the Super Bowl.
I like it. I like that. I like that.
I might come back here look real stupid very soon.
You
and that's
could.
fine.
I mean,
and
what
come back in here,
if we have an all LA Super Bowl?
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I just thought about that. Chargers, Rams?
I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
I would. Oh
Because
my
I
God.
live here. I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
We got 2 11-3 teams.
It'll be rocking in
I'm
LA.
a Pack fan, but I'm not complaining.
And I know y'all don't care, but we care because LA is just much nicer. Everything's much nicer when LA teams do well.
Yeah. When they don't, it's just kind of.
It's just
When the Chargers, people forget that they have fans, and the Rams are terrible. Like everyone's like, But now that they're doing good, like
It's true.
we used to not have any teams. Now we got 2 good ones.
So I'm gonna move on to
Next
the
one.
NFC. What is it? The East, North,
What are we
South,
doing,
East, the NFC East. Listen, by humbug to the Giants, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Saquon, my man. By humbug to them Washington team. And
No Josh Johnson?
listen, I like him though. See, I'm telling you, I like him. Knows the system. Gruden knows him. No, I like nothing. No disrespect to him. Season's just over. That's why I'm
Season
by
over.
him. It's a wrap.
Look,
y'all, listen.
A little info on this guy too.
I like him, though.
He's 32 years old.
Okay.
His last start before, actually, believe it or not, I was there in Jacksonville.
That's right, you were.
Great
That's right,
stadium.
that's right.
Thank you to all those people. Sorry for all the horrible things I've said about your team on this show.
He's like, this stadium was beautiful.
Stadium was beautiful. Team was great. Got nothing else to say.
You guys just warm and welcome and welcome.
No, it was a tough loss for the Jags. They threw a late interception. The whole stadium just kind of deflated after that one. Adrian Peterson turned it on in the end, but his last start before that game was 2011.
Wow, bro.
That is one of the longest time differentials between 2 starts.
It's incredible, man.
Time intervals.
It's credible. And like I said, and I like him. I watched that game. I like him.
So mobile.
It's not about him. It's about that team. It's about Snyder's, that organization.
Yeah.
They're gritty,
They
but
don't-
it's weird. It's like literally that whole Native American thing is really a big problem because
It's really
they
a big-
always just get. It's like a curse. They always get hit with injuries, bro.
Yeah,
They-
whole line got injured.
It's just weird. Listen, Snyder, change the name, man.
change the name, man. Come
Washington
on.
Natives. I already got the name for you. Wifey gave me the name. The Washington Natives. You see that? It's perfect.
It's just like people forget because we say the name so much and it just
It
sounds
rolls
normal.
off your tongue, exactly.
But
And
it shouldn't.
I'm trying, but I just said it. We said it today.
We said that. I did it. I apologize if I did it. It's accidental.
It's
at this
accidental.
Point.
I'm telling you, man.
The NFL's pounded it into our
Pound it
heads.
into your brain. Listen, the Washington Natives, man. I'm renaming y'all myself on this show. The Washington Natives from now on, man. Y'all can keep the symbol. But
Man.
listen, not done with the Eagles, not by humbugging them.
Nope.
And not by humbugging the Cowboys just because they are the leader of the pack. They could still lose this division. I'm not going to go that far because that's ridiculous. But listen, and everyone's like, pound Zeke. I'm tired of people saying that too, by the way, because not because it's not the right thing, is because teams know that.
Yes, teams are like, ooh, you have Ezekiel
You can't
Elliott.
just pound him just because we say pound him.
Let me just, stack the box.
That's what we gonna do.
How about that? Throw the ball, Dak. I dare you.
And that's another thing. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna put that out there. Y'all heard it here first. I'm gonna put it out here on so it's in the ether, so it's in the air, so it's recorded forever and ever and ever and ever. He will break down
Yep.
very soon. They have no backup that they trust. You heard it here first. He ain't built like AP. AP is an anomaly. Questionable anomaly, I might add.
Oh, we're back on this. He hasn't had a good weekend forever, and you really want to jump back on this.
All I know is he started having bad weeks when I started calling out a couple things. That's all I'm saying, Dead Blue. You know, millions of people watch this show. That's all I'm saying, man. We get millions of views a week. So I'm just saying, questionable thing. All of a sudden, he might tune in. He might.
Hey, AP, if you watch it, man.
Hey, listen.
Thanks for taking our advice.
Yeah. No, but for real. No, listen. So like, he will break down.
Yep.
300 and some touch. Are you? Wait, huh?
They gotta just, you need a balanced attack on offense, and when you feed it too much to one side of the ball, either on passing or rushing, one of those sides break down. Look at the Packers before they had Aaron Jones. Aaron Rodgers broke down because they passed the ball too many times. That's just how it works. Really.
And the thing is, and he's catching out of the backfield. Guys, listen.
Oh my God! Just let him be a little bit.
You have heard it. Oh God, this is football. I don't know why I even say it because it's football. He will get hurt.
He will, and he hasn't really had a substantial injury, but he will if you keep his production up.
Yeah, the cumulative effects. You know what I mean? Like he might not look hurt, but he's gonna start slowing down earlier than you think.
Yeah,
and you're gonna be like, what's going on? He's hitting too many touches.
And the Saints. I'll go back to your little humbug team there. Alvin Kamara was getting so many touches. Once they got Ingram back, they're like, let's split it up.
But you see?
And now they're both doing really good, and they're both not hurt.
They worked in Ingram. They worked in man, and I don't care what. I know Kamara's the toughest. He's tough as nails.
Yeah.
He's one of those blue. He's one of those players. But he's he's wiry, so he can, and he's built well, but he's not built stiff.
No,
and he's gonna get hit. And
not
he's
a power back.
like him and McCaffrey. McCaffrey is, listen, he's built like a a poop brick house. He just is, you know what I mean? But it's just like he will break down as well. All I'm trying to say is, guys, I'm all about the double running back thing. Always have been.
It's a great system, and I know a lot of running backs will say, I want more touches, but you have your main back, you have your secondary back, and when you alternate between them, like the Saints have been doing, it's really good for your team, and it's real healthy for the players.
I agree.
Really.
Yeah, so we'll see what they do. They're gonna stack the box, gonna make that beat them. Now, also before I'm gonna move on to the AFC, what the thing about it is, they're, to anybody, because everybody's talking about it, the media's talking about it, his mama's talking about it, I'm talking about it, they gonna start rolling covers to Amari. That's what they're going to start doing, guys. It's going to be called, y'all call it cover 2. I don't give a damn what you call it. Call it man, whatever you want to call it. Whatever the fancy terms are. They going to put a corner right here. They're going to put a safety right there. And he's not going to be cheating over here. He's going to be right here.
Yes.
And they're going to be like, beat us with Cole Beasley. Beat us with whoever.
Because he can't really throw to anyone else. And look, Gallup's good, but like, he's not good enough. He's not Amari Cooper,
He's
for
not.
Christ's sake.
Clearly he's not. So like, we'll see, and Amari's gonna be like, yo, I need y'all to be a little bit productive now, because because I'm telling you, y'all see, wait till the playoffs start, man. Everything I'm saying, everything Bob Crash and Bloom saying will come to fruition. Watch when you see Amari Cooper gonna be in a phone booth. He's gonna be like, what happened?
I cannot wait until we're back here for the playoffs talking about Amari Cooper getting 3 receptions for 30 yards. Like, that's just how it works with defenses.
Y'all better help him out.
And cornerbacks are some of the toughest and, loudmouth, but they are some of these, like, mentally strongest and best competitors in the entire game.
It's true.
So when they want to play in the playoffs, they will.
They will play.
And they will sound off, on the reporters, like like guys, like Richard Sherman and Josh Norman
like Amari
and Jacob
Cooper.
Ramsey.
Like, okay, we'll see. Yeah, they're gonna be tough, man.
But they take every challenge. They look at receivers and they go, beat me. I dare you.
And they're gonna try, and we'll see. So
they love the game.
Like I said, I could be wrong.
Respect
But if the two guys help him out, Galb and Cole, we'll see what happens. But let me move on to the AFC with AFC North. Let me go to the AFC North real quick. Yeah, man, let me talk about it. But yeah, look, humbug to the Bengals, humbug to the Browns, even though they're on their way. Shout out to Baker Mayfield, he's the real deal.
Shout out to the Browns for the season, and they got like 5, 6 wins now?
Listen, that's what that projection was, so they're right on the cusp. Listen, Baker's the real deal, guys. The defense is the real deal. He'll be fine. Get him a little bit more help. But I'm just humbugging them because listen, they poop still. But,
get a better kicker. That's the deal right there.
Listen, I don't care if they beat the Patriots either. Humbug to the Steelers. I don't trust y'all, man.
Whoa.
I can't. I hate everybody tonight, David Blow.
I'm trying to be
Kirk
nice.
Cousins.
No. I say the Steelers are very much in it. Did you not see last game in their defense?
And they were stout.
Do you not see their run game?
Listen, man.
I'm changing the wheels in your mind right
now. No, listen. Humbug. You know why? Because the class of this division is the Ravens, man.
I got to wake you up in the middle of the night and tell you what's wrong with your choices? You see what's going to happen if you do this, huh? Listen, if you humbug the Steelers.
We all know what happens, man. Ebenezer Scrooge Mack has to go through a life change. He has to wake up in the cold sweat. He has to go to Christmas past, present, in the future. He has to go through some things. And then he comes back and he goes, Merry Christmas, everybody. Like, listen, there's a lot of things that I have to go through. So
you're going to come back in a Steelers jersey very soon.
I'm hating right now. I'm hating hard. No, but because what's going to happen is you're going to go against the Patriots and get beat, and I'm going to come in here and just start breaking stuff, man. Have to pay AfterBuzz, all kinds of money. And I don't want to do that, man. We broke. Holidays is around. I got a wife. But yeah, so on to that. AFC South. Ball humbug to the Titans. I don't care what they doing, man.
Gone. Derrick Henry amazing, but like now.
Oh, he's a beast. Poop. Jacksonville Jaguars. Boy, I should have bought the poop emojis, man.
Man, you should have brought them for this
and I just want to throw them at the screen, man. Listen, they are poop. And, okay, ball humbug to nobody else because those two teams
are the real deal right there.
The real deal. David Bloom, talk about who do you think... Listen, I think the Texans are going to come out. They have a tough game. If they lose to the Eagles, it would be very interesting.
Very interesting. I think the Texans come out, but the Colts have a very good chance of making it to the playoffs and dealing damage.
Oh, destiny's in their own hands. I believe if they win out, they should be good. They should be in a nice little slot there. I think they're going to have to battle with the Dolphins. If the Dolphins win out, we'll see. So it's one of those things where they're still... But I'm telling you, man, we were talking about it. Bears, they're already in, so it's already going to be a problem. People don't want to see that Colts team in the playoffs.
No, you do not want to see that Colts team in the playoffs.
Not right now, man.
You saw what happened to the Cowboys. You've seen what happens to a lot of these teams. It doesn't matter how much your offense puts out, the Colts will put up more. And that's the scary thing. And they've lost, they actually had that loss to the Jags, believe it or not, 6-0. I mean, I'll talk on the Jaguars for a little bit. My question to you is, have you ever been to a football game with two quarterbacks who don't know how to throw the ball? That was Jags-Redskins for me, because Cody Kessler, he can actually run the ball, and, he's got some nice vision, but his arm's not there. Bortles' arm's not there. In the drafts, they definitely need to go get a quarterback. They need a quarterback, and there's a lot of great quarterbacks in this year's draft. I say they go grab one, but for the Texans and Colts, and, I don't want to see the Texans either. I really don't in the playoffs.
No. That would
Deshaun Watson, Hopkins, even Lamar Miller,
Yeah, and it's shout out to the chat, man. I did, cause I kind of glossed it over because I already got the Rams in my mind. I grassed over the NFC West, but the Seahawks are the sneakiest team in that division. The Seahawks are the sneakiest team in the NFC, and not to deviate, but I did want to talk about that. I really did, because the Seahawks are a problem. They are a serious problem. They can run the ball. They're playing great defense.
Yeah.
Russell's my guy, my favorite player ever, next to Dion and Shannon Sharp. But
they can't have losses.
I don't trust the Rams, man.
Oh, the Rams.
I don't, man. Listen,
I was gonna say
humbug.
Seahawks can't have losses to the Niners like that. But the Rams,
they got caught slipping. They were feeling themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, listen, buy humbug to the 49, buy humbug to the car, and buy humbug to the Rams, man.
Nah.
I'm going off the rails tonight. Bob Cratchit, man.
There's more teams in it than you think, and the Rams are definitely up there.
Yeah, they are. They're up there. I'm bah humbugging not because they're garbage. I'm bah humbugging them just because I'm emotional. I want them to dominate. I want them to make me a profit. When y'all make me right, and then when you start making me wrong, I get upset. So then I just come out here and I lash out
Dak
emotionally.
makes me feel all the time. Lord.
But no, shout out to the Rams and the Seahawks, the class of that division. Both getting into the playoffs. Both will make some noise. We'll see how much. Playoffs are very interesting, very different animal. We'll have some more analysis about that when the playoffs start.
Beyond excited.
Whenever the brackets get made, you know what I mean. But
2 more weeks, y'all.
Yeah, can we get to that AFC East, man?
I'm gonna just tell you right now.
Oh, talk about it.
For me,
Humbug.
Bills, Jets, humbug, done. Dolphins, Pats, yeah. Even the Dolphins are still in it. I think I'm the biggest Tannehill supporter you'll find, probably. But
what do you like about Tannehill?
I just like his ability to create late in the game. He's a very crafty quarterback, and he's not the type of guy that'll get defeated when he's out. And look, he had a tough game last week, but when he played a team like the Patriots, and when he has these games against these other teams, he really doesn't lose that winning mindset even towards the end of the game, and he could come back like the best of them. And I think he's not elite, but he's enough for that Dolphins team, because they have guys like Stills, and Kenyon Drake. Frank Gore just went out, sadly,
unfortunately.
But their defense is all right too. With Cameron Wake and whatnot. I like that team a lot. Yes. I really think they could do some damage if they make it. Hopefully they do. And the Pats are the Pats. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I know they're 5 losses or something, but come on. Really? They could have no losses and they still lost the Super Bowl. Just, you don't know. You can't say what the Pats are doing this year, because once they make the postseason, you don't know. That's how they work. They're just confusing.
So the AFC West, before we get up out of here, poop Raiders.
Yeah.
Broncos just ran into a perfect storm. The Chiefs and the Chargers, because the Broncos play people tough. They're a solid squad. So it's not like I'm hating on them at all, to be honest. In all seriousness,
they're a solid team.
They are. It's one of those. I hate. You are what your record is. Not necessarily, man. That's one of the best under 500 teams I've ever seen.
Lindsey's pretty good. I hope the Royce Freeman would be better. Keenum's all right.
He's doing okay.
They've had the injuries to Sanders. I think Sutton's pretty good. They're an all right team. They just have the 11-3 best drama in football right now. Let me tell you that right now, between the Chiefs and the Chargers in that division. I would love to see how these next 2 weeks turn out with those two teams.
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah. So that's pretty much. Listen, guys. I'm hating on.
Defeated here, man. He is just taking a turn for the worse.
I'm sorry, man.
Talking about all these teams that you're cutting off every team. The negativity gets to you.
Yeah, but see, just like Dan said in the chat, the Pats are unstoppable until someone beats them in the playoffs. Yeah, until otherwise stated. That's the class. They were the AFC representatives last year. Just like the Eagles were, until they're officially eliminated, guys. Don't just write them off yet.
You can write off other teams, but the Pats.
No.
Chill.
No. Not right now.
Not right now.
And so yeah, man, shout out to everybody in chat. Yo, Optimus was really good. Appreciate you, Star Drew. Appreciate you. Bob Cratchit Bloom, it's been a pleasure. But before I roll up one more time, my last bow humbug. I'm just gonna do one bow humbug.
One more.
John D. Filippo, man, is the biggest bow humbug of this entire night, man. I'm so listen. I don't wish for anybody's job. People got bills to pay. People got mouths to feed. Listen, but I needed him out of here. Bow humbug on your generic play calling, messing up Kirk Cousins' flow. Talk about it, Bloom.
Man, I would just tell the play calling for Kirk is just, you know, he needs a creative team.
That's why he's gone.
He needs a team, you know, like the Bears or the Eagles or even the Rams. When he has play calling like this, it doesn't get the job done. And the reason why Adam Thielen was getting 100 yards every single game was because they were running the same plays for him, and they were working until teams are like, wait a minute, hold up. And then they stopped it, and then where did his production go?
That's what I'm talking about.
Play calling is everything in football.
It really
and if you're
is.
repetitive and generic, you're not going to go anywhere. And I think Kirk would benefit. He really got, you know, he really got screwed with that Vikings team. I'm sorry.
And like I said,
I want to see him on a better team. I do. I like the guy.
We'll see what it's a product of the Miami game. We'll see, because we'll see about this weekend.
Yeah.
Let's say they run the table and they end up with like a pretty good record, like 9-7 or whatever.
1.
Yeah, 9-7-1 or 8-7-1. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. But right now they look okay. You want to secure that playoff spot. They're looking at the 6th spot right now. So we'll see what happens. But before I get out of here, Bob Cratchit Bloom, tell the people where they can find you if you ever get on social media.
If I ever get on social media again, it's a process, y'all. David H. Bloom, Instagram, Twitter. You can look up Bob Cratchit Bloom. Nothing will come up, but you'll find this cool-looking costume or whatever.
Bob Cratchit Bloom!
Don't say we don't go all out for this show. We love you guys.
Love you guys. Evan T. Mack, listen, Ebenezer Scrooge Mack is my alter ego, man. Listen, this is a special occasion, man. Evan T. Mack, Instagram and Twitter, man. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. I don't know what else they be doing out there, man.
Everything, man. Enjoy.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Bill Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world. And we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our line. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.